Well, folks, it's almost midnight. I have to go to the office tomorrow, and my car battery might be dead. So I get back here, my car door's open. I don't know how that happened, but it's a mistake I've made before. It wasn't fully open, but it was not closed. Let's hope this flipping car starts, shall we? Moment of truth. We are in business. This might be cold, but it's not too cold for this old bird. Nah. We doing it tonight. See us rolling. We hating on any car that's not a caddy. Ooh, that's a tight turn. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, y'all. Flipping midnight. I've been to a state. I was a mile from a beach. I never saw a beach. I didn't see the ocean. I'm a huge fail, not even from the plane. I don't know what's wrong with me. I gained very little from this experience in terms of visiting another place. I'm a little disappointed in myself for that. Evening. And a reservation under LUCE.
What's the last name?
LUCE. You got it. Thank you now. Have a good one. The only cool thing was I left my coat in the car, and I never really got cold. Even when I got back to the terminal, I had to wait on the bus for a few minutes, but I didn't get cold. I didn't get cold at all. I just put this coat on just for show. I kind of thought I'd be jumping this battery. I'm not jumping a battery. It's 30 degrees, closer to 25 degrees, I thought. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. I like it. I got a half a tank of gas. Let's not forget we got a car wash. Oh, here's what's disgusting. Technically speaking, I got this car wash yesterday. If I'm remembering this right, I recorded Commutes with Jim yesterday. I mean, can that be right? Can that be accurate? I think it is. That's what makes these trips so insane to me, is just yesterday I left, I got a car wash, I drove to the airport. The next day, I'm back. I've flown to the coast, right? What did I do there? As soon as I got settled, I went out to a nice meal. Business partner, cocktails and so forth. Relaxed in my hotel room. Here's where I goofed. So Ruth's Chris has a special holiday old-fashioned cocktail. This cocktail is intriguing on a menu, but both myself and my business partner were unimpressed with the versions we received. It's a $17 beverage, and it tasted like a Coca-Cola in a glass. And replacement of the ice cubes with a single ice cube, a large glass-sized ice, a block of ice. And my request was 1 extra ounce of bourbon to offset the sugar. Now, when I said that, I expected them to come and just dump a shot into the glass. Well, they aren't doing that at Ruth's Chris. They bring in a senior bartender who personally remakes both beverages for us and brings them to us. Both have large singular ice blocks in the rocks glass, and they are miles better than the first round. And my associate sends his first round back. He just says, "You know what, take this. I want nothing to do with this." And I said, "You know what, I'm going to keep mine, because I just can't send back a $17 alcoholic drink that, although it tastes like a Coca-Cola, purportedly has Elijah Craig bourbon inside." So the night carries on. At some point, my associate is not drinking his drink much at all. In fact, he offers it to me and says, "Would you like to finish this? I'll get a glass of wine." And I don't think he touched the thing, even the improved version. So I finish the first round that's full of ice cubes and tastes like a Coke. I finish the second round made by the senior bartender. Then I take the one from my associate and I finish it with my own straw, because I just can't let it go to waste. And the mistake was this. There's a product in this drink. It's a seasonal drink. It was going off the menu in a day or two. It's called chocolate bitters. Now, most old fashions are made with Angostura bitters, something like that, right? Chocolate bitters. Now, I don't know exactly what the ingredients are in a product called chocolate bitters, but I can imagine it is made with the strongest, darkest chocolate ever. Cacao. Pure cacao. Okay? And I say that because I drank 3 of these at 8 o'clock at night, and I can't go to sleep until 4 in the morning. Almost 4 in the morning. It was 3:45 in the morning. I'm trying to sleep. I've got Netflix on. I shut it off. I am destroyed. I cannot sleep. And the bed's uncomfortable, the room's uncomfortable. That's standard. I'm used to that. I'm not going to compete with my home at Staybridge Suites or whatever it's called, Spring Suites or something. I don't even know. I don't keep straight these hotels. I don't care. My point is, I couldn't sleep, and I think that's why. And the lesson of this trip for me, as a business traveler, is stick to things you know. Don't take unnecessary risks. That cocktail, it worked out. Actually, we had a good meeting today, and I impressed my business partners and did a good job. But I was not refreshed, and I was not well slept, and I did not get to walk to the beach, and I did not get to enjoy being in South Florida at all, frankly. But that's neither here nor there. My point is watch out what's in your mixed cocktails. How much smarter would it have just been to have an Elijah Craig and water? I could have gone to bed at midnight and fallen asleep, most likely. There's no way I would have stayed up until 3:30 in the morning. Granted, we have what I call the Central Time Advantage, which means when I travel to the East Coast from my time zone, I have a leg up over the locals. I can stay up later, I can party, I am stronger than they are because they're ready to go to bed at 9, 10 o'clock. But to me, that's 8, 9 o'clock, right? So I'm in good shape. And that's part of what I kept telling myself as the hours crept on and on and on. But at some point I said, no, there's no way I would stay up until midnight my time. There's no way I would stay up until 1 o'clock my time. None of this makes any sense. And the only conclusion is that I was heavily caffeinated by the chocolate bitters added to my old-fashioned beverage, of which I had just too many late at night. And again, there's a lesson here, a lesson being, I had to check out of my hotel at 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 10 a.m. Central. And I was late. I didn't even get out of my room on time. I couldn't do it. I was tired, but I didn't sleep. And I had a free breakfast buffet from 6:30 to 9:30 in the morning, Eastern time. Did I make it? No, I didn't. I woke up 7:45. I said, okay, I've got an hour. Hung around the bed, time flew by. 9:30 came and went, and I wasn't going down there. All I had to do was get up, put on my shorts and a t-shirt, and go get free food. I couldn't do it. It wasn't happening. I was exhausted. The bed was uncomfortable. I finally turned the thermostat down to 62, which seemed to do the job in terms of cooling the room. And you've also got to remember that when you lie in a bed for, oh my, well, something bad happened here, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, go in peace, friend. I don't think you lived. Oh, that's too bad. Ugh. That's too bad. Okay. As I was saying. Now I don't know what I was saying. I think a person just died there. 69 South, that's not the right one. So yeah, went to Florida, decent time. But I missed out, my plan, my grand plan was I was about a 45-minute walk from the beach. I wanted to get up early, about 6 o'clock, catch the sunrise over the beach, get a nice photo, enjoy the beauty and nature that doesn't exist where I live. That was my goal. And I did I plotted the map routes. I looked at Ubers. I could get there for a $10 Uber if maybe I walked there and then Uber back, or Uber both ways. I didn't know, but I had options, and none of that was going to happen because I was just exhausted. So I missed out on that, but guess what? First world problem. This POS is going back to Florida in 6 days to the same coast. I will have an opportunity to see the ocean, to put it mildly. I'll have an opportunity in 5 or so days. And so, good. It's not a huge deal. I wish I could have made the most of my time. So it takes everything I have to get packed up, showered, dressed, out of my room at 11 o'clock this morning. That's, 13 hours ago. Whatever, with the time change, it was 12 hours ago, something. And then I say, okay, I've missed breakfast. I should probably get some lunch before I go into this negotiation. Because when I have an empty stomach, bad things happen. So, I decide to walk to a neighboring, my hotel has no restaurant, so it did have a nice pool though. I stepped outside, I took a photo of the pool and the palm tree, and that's all I'm going to have of this trip, is a pool 2 miles from the beach, palm trees surrounding it, and yellow umbrellas. And of course, I was already dressed in a suit, so I wasn't going to touch the water or swim, but that's what it was. So I walked to this other hotel. It has a restaurant in it called 53rd Street Grill or something. And I walk around and I realize that there's not a restaurant. I go to Yelp or the Apple Maps, check again. It's 11:15. Usually restaurants where I'm from are open at 11 o'clock at night. In the morning. Not going to happen. This one opens at noon. I have to be across town at 1, ready to rock and roll. So I got a problem. I need to eat. What do? Well, I travel around town using the Uber app. What if, I thought to myself, I could just have food brought to me by Uber Eats, like right now? So I go to the app and play around with it, and I find Uber. I don't think it's Uber Eats. It didn't say Uber Eats, but it was Uber brings you food. Presumably that's what it was. It was inside the Uber app, not a separate app. And I had a restaurant. I picked out the restaurant, went to the menu. It was all in the corporate card, so it wasn't too concerned. And I was mainly concerned about getting it delivered in time to be able to eat it and still be on time for my meeting. So I settled on a deli. The deli was, I figured the deli was fast. They could slap meat on bread and put it in a sack and send it your way. So, about 30 minutes later, a guy brings me a sandwich, chips, and a cookie. And it was good. It was real good. And they charged to my corporate card. Bada bing, bada boom. I had lunch. It was wonderful. So all that effort I undertook was essentially for nothing. Walking to a different hotel, all of that was pointless. I had a friendly conversation with my adversary. We were very friendly, and we spent, 20, 30 minutes together. And then we had a negotiation that was really quite ugly. And I don't know why it had to be that way. I don't know how we go from getting along to being jerks. But it happened. Boy, did it happen. And once again, everybody told me what I was trying to do was impossible. And once again, I proved the impossible is possible. And I am just tired. I'm tired of people telling me that what I do is impossible. Because it isn't impossible when it happens. And, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of people telling me to just shut up and fall over, hand over all the money. Everybody said, well, it has to be here. It has to be X. This is the floor. It's never going to come below this. understand what? Floors are designed for breaking, okay? And nobody believed me. They all thought that, I'm wrong. I'm the youngest person in the room. I'm the least experienced person in the room, at least by mathematics, but not by real life, I don't suppose. And, what happens in the end? Everything I said was right. I'm so sick of being right. I'm sick of being the only person who's right. I'm just sick of it. I don't know why I'm upset. There's no reason to be upset. But, sheesh. I'm sick of being right. I'm sick of being the only person who speaks the truth and ends up being right. That's what it is. That's what I'm dealing with. Look, it's not bad. Ultimately, whatever happens, happens. I prove my value or whatever it is. I can certainly say that's the case. But it is frustrating. It's frustrating that I have to live in a solitary world. I'm a citizen of nowhere. I am understood by no one. Yet somehow at the end of the day, whatever I was saying was the right thing. I'm just so sick of it. Anyways. How's this commute going? Half a tank of gas, 22 minutes in. It's dark but not too dark. I'm tired but not too tired. We're blessed. And you got a point here. If I woke up bright-eyed at 7 a.m., what kind of shape would I be in right now? I wouldn't be in great shape. The fact that I stayed in bed until 11 a.m., practically hibernated, didn't do anything until early afternoon, that had to help me survive through this very long night / early morning. I feel pretty good. It's not like I'm nodding off or exhausted. We're in good shape. Things are good. Good things have happened. I was flattered. A comment was made about me that it really flattered me. And I won't repeat it. It's selfish to do that, but I was, anytime somebody who's older than you compliments you, that's a meaningful thing. It's something to hang your hat on and be proud of, because sometimes it's easy to forget that despite my youth, that folks I work with are also very accomplished people. Their opinions, favorable opinions, are worth a lot. And they manage people my age, they employ people my age, and clearly those people are not doing what I'm doing. Well, I've seen more Escalades for sale, and it's been disappointing. I think I saw one with fewer miles than mine for about $2,800, marked down from $3,000. Okay, so not ideal. Let's see, what's this guy do? Why is his initials on? What does that mean? Why would you? I'm just going to go over the far left lane. I don't know what he's doing. flashing his right turn signal and his left turn signal at different times. Really stumped by what I'm seeing. I can see the right red brake light, but also the left running light blink. Very bizarre. Something got plugged in right. Speaking of that, we had a lot of conversations today about commercial trucks, commercial courier deliveries, and things of that sort. It was really a contentious day, to say the least. Now, we compacted it into a short period of time, but it was a contentious day. It was a contentious time, and ultimately I came up with something I'd never done before. Something I don't think anyone. I'm not trying to toot my horn. What I'm trying to say is that I came up with something novel. And I said, listen, the amount of money you're going to get today is going to be this, and I'm going to file it with the court as a formal offer. But in the next 43 minutes, from now until 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you can get this number, which is a little bit higher. And if you accept it within the next 43 minutes, you'll receive it. And if you don't, then I'm going to file this lower number with the court. And I meant it. I was done. I was through. I was told that this number was impossible, that it was never going to happen. And I said, look, fine. Maybe it won't. But the deal is this. You're going to have to tell me no, and you're going to have to take that risk. Because I'm not accepting hook, line, and sinker everything I'm being told here. And at the end of the day, not at the end, but before the 43 minutes ran out, I'll just say, the higher number was accepted. It took some time. There was time spent debating and deciding whether to accept what I had to give, and ultimately the business decision was made to take my number. And it was an unusual tactic. Oh my gosh, this guy's going slow. It was an unusual tactic, not one that I had ever done before. But it worked out. It worked out. So in that sense, it was a bit of a success. It was that I was told was impossible to obtain, and I obtained it. So tell me what's impossible. Highway now. I'm really tempted to get a fourth meal. Fourth meal being a term of art coined by late night fast food joints, as I recall. Taco Bell, maybe. I don't think I need it. Deli bring me a full-size sandwich. It was a big sandwich, and I couldn't finish it all. So then I had the other half of it later as a snack, paradise, you know, you can turn that down. So it'll be pretty well today, despite the, here we go again with these curves, despite the missing breakfast. Say the bizarre part being I've had zero caffeine at all today. The mediation house, what am I doing here? I can't see. The mediation house did not have sodas available, so oh gosh, this is so dangerous. So all I could drink was bottled water. No soda, no caffeine. It was, why do they have to do that with those lights? So dangerous. Okay. So yeah, so they make me a Cadillac margarita, which I have 2 of. Then I have a beer. I board my plane. And I'm here. I shouldn't need to eat anymore. But I should need to sleep. About a 14-hour day, not counting my extended slumber. These lights, I don't know why they face the lights towards the traffic. It's like that. Yeah, actually, that's fine if you're trying to illuminate a job site, but if the workers have all gone home, why do you need to shine this light in my face? There's some workers over here. Supposed to do what they need to do. After hours, this road, they reconfigure the curves and lane closures, and at least my theory is they do that, and it makes it a lot more confusing and dangerous at nighttime. And well, who remembers my special move here? My special move is to exit earlier than normal so that I can drive on a more well-lit roadway to get home. So I will be exiting in 1, 2, 3 exits instead of 4 exits like I normally would, because I can take a less direct deer season's over. Maybe I should just go for it. Maybe I should. Oh, I think I will. is a construction vehicle that is flashing. I think it says stay back. Can't read it. It looks like it's over the lane. It says do not follow into work area. Well, okay, fair enough. They won't follow you off a bridge or into the... It's a smart sign because it's got to be pretty misleading to some people who think that the lanes are going here and then you realize, oh no, I'm stuck in this work zone. It's going to take a flagman to get me out of this work zone. I have to drive all the way to the other end of it, to the exit point. I mean, it's a very dangerous situation for the workers, for the traffic, etc. 51st. We are getting there. People. 31 degrees. It's a Wednesday night. See how the water is. I left here yesterday. Ice is melted, but it's cold. Schedules the second half of February. I think I'm in the clear. So it's going to be a busy. Then March picks up again. April is rotten. Booked up the whole month of April. And March, only half of February, and only 3/4 of January. So theoretically speaking, theoretically speaking, it's not too bad, right? I think I can do it. There was one situation I didn't think I could handle. The travel had just packed up so tight that I thought that I was never going to keep up with my job. And I was really worried for about, I don't know, a few weeks. I was really, really worried about my future because my travel schedule was going to be the most rotten thing I could have ever fathomed. I was worried about not seeing my family. I was worried about not being around to answer emails. Just gone. And I've always found that a situation that looks impossible will always solve itself. Anything that looks impossible will be solved. And how did we solve this? COVID. COVID came in and shut me down. It looked like the month from hell never materialized because of COVID. I mean, I had my out of office auto reply written. I was ready to check out of my work for all of these trips I had going on. And it turned out I never went on any one of them. Not one. So I have found that anytime, I can assess an impossible situation when I see it. And I've just always found that the impossible resolves itself in ways that you could never necessarily understand. So you can worry, but when the time comes, it's not going to be whatever you think it is. Whenever something looks impossible, it will smooth out. So COVID happened, and I didn't travel for about 13 months. Went through March of 2020 to May of 2021 was my next trip. So there you go. Everything that I had to do was either canceled or it was done through a Zoom, which was really not even fathomable at the time. I don't think my schedule's impossible today. It's nothing that bad. I've built in burner weeks and days where I can do things and not travel so much. My wife has been a pretty good advocate for keeping me around certain days, and I've planned my schedule. I don't know if I was doing this back then, but now I plan my schedule so that there are certain days where I just don't fly, and that helps protect weekends and family time and some of that. It doesn't feel that way. Sometimes it really doesn't feel like family time has been protected, but compared to the alternative, it really does make a big difference. It's not always. There's a lot of holiday lights on. It's January 4th now, as of 30 minutes ago. There's a lot of holiday lights on. You get to my cul-de-sac, and guess what? The lights are off. It's fascinating that you can turn them on in October, but turn them off shortly there. I mean, there's not even a porch light on down here. Kind of wonder if the transformer blew or something, right? Well, folks, thanks for putting up with my ramblings.